Hey guys, I'm Michaela Parson. I'm here today with
Denise Hindes, the broker of Coastal Living Realty and Associates.
So today we are going to talk about the infamous Shores of Panama. All right, let's talk about it. Shores of Panama. Everybody loves to hate that place.
I know.
What's
And
going on?
Shores of Panama is, in my opinion, the best value in Panama City Beach. It's probably 20 to 25% undervalued compared to most of the units on the beach, most of the buildings on the beach. And it is by far one of the nicest. It has the best pool in Panama City Beach. Um, it also has some of the best amenities in Panama City Beach. And most importantly, it has some of the best rentals in Panama City Beach.
So I want to talk about that ROI.
Yes,
It's all about the money. That's all.
absolutely.
You're not going to buy unless it's going to bring something, right?
Correct.
So with all the special assessments, the highest HOA on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm hearing. This is what people are saying, right?
It
How are
is.
we making an ROI over at Shores?
Well, at one time it may have been some of the highest assessments on the beach. That is not the case anymore. And at the time it was going back about 3-4 years ago when it was considered some of the higher assessments on the beaches because the association purchased their amenities. Many of these buildings, in fact, there are still some that still do. The developer owns a part of the amenities or all of the amenities. And at that point in time, Shores Panama was taken over by the FDIC. The developer went into bankruptcy. And then the FDIC sold the property to a bulk buyer. And the bulk buyer, along with about 300 units, he also got the common area. So the association about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, actually probably 6 years ago now, had to purchase all the common property, which was the pool, the gym, the banquet hall, all of the coffee shop, and all of the kiosks, which is the bar and the the snack bar at the pool decks. They had to purchase this. They had a loan. They had to take out a loan. And because of the loan, they had a little bit higher dues than some of the other properties on the beach. That's not the case anymore. Shores of Panama is probably one of, in my opinion, one of the best financially secure resorts in Panama City Beach. It has had every engineering report that's possible. They had a construction defects lawsuit about 5 or 6 years ago. And with that, they had about 3 or 4 different engineering reports that came out. So prior to the legislation that was passed about 2 years ago, which requires a lot of these associations to be fully funded in their reserves and to get these called milestone reports and special reserve studies, which actually force the associations to fund fully on the structural issues in the complexes. But Shores of Panama had already done that. They were way ahead of the game. They had all these reports prior, and they have fully funded their reserves. And they're in the process now of getting their building painted and waterproofing, which has needed to been done for quite a while.
So there's no structural issues.
There's
It's not falling apart.
There's no structural issues. They have a new roof. Most of actually the structure at Shores of Panama right now is new compared to some of the other buildings. They've done so much work already, and the last part of it, which is this current assessment, is the actual painting and the waterproofing. And there was some stucco that needs to be replaced as well. But when that building is completed, which probably in about 2 years, that building is going to be the best maintained building on the beach, in my opinion. And because this assessment was relatively low compared to what a lot of people thought. There was a lot of fallacies out there that there was going to be some massive special assessment, 30, 40, $50 million. It didn't. It turned out to be $8 million. And the association as well currently has an insurance claim from Michael that's still out there.
Okay.
And that claim is about $41 million. And it's in New York currently, right now in mediation. And the association expects to, do well with that insurance claim. Of course, there's no guarantees. But if, some of that $41 million come to tuition, which it should, then that will help offset, I think, some of the assessments. But it is one of the nicest buildings, in my opinion, on the beach. And right now, I think one of the best maintained as well.
I think you can get a bang for your buck there, correct?
I do. For instance, right now, you can get a 2-bedroom at Shores mid fours.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have been selling for like even low fours. And to get a 2-bedroom on the beach for low fours,
Mm-hmm.
mid fours, and you're going to make from a 2-bedroom at Shores of Panama anywhere from 45 to 60,000, depending on which 2-bedroom you buy, and also which floor you get. And of course, you want a reserved parking spot. That's really important at Shores of Panama. But the units on the, if you're making $50,000 to $60,000 on a 2-bedroom, and you're only paying less than 500,000,
Mm-hmm.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because the majority of 2-bedrooms on the beach, as you know, are in the sixes.
Correct.
So if you're going to pay $6 to $650 for a 2-bedroom on the beach, and you're truly looking for ROI, you're truly an investor, you're going to make, even in the units that are $650, you're still only going to make about $50,000 or $60,000, 45 to 60, no matter what building you buy. It's kind of, and depending on the amenity package, some of them are even less. Some of the smaller buildings that people, if they're looking for a big amenity package, pools and gyms, they may not even rent the smaller ones. So some of the smaller some of the smaller buildings make less rent. So short-term rentals at Shores of Panama are one of the best on the beach, and it's 25% below value.
Mm-hmm.
So mathematically, it makes complete sense to buy a unit at Shores of Panama right now.
The math is mathing there.
The
for
math,
sure.
that's
It's
really what
mathing.
counts at the end
Yeah.
is the math.
So let's talk about the stacks. So if you were helping an investor,
Mm-hmm.
first time, short-term rental,
Right.
what stack would you recommend for the best ROI? What are people looking for when they're booking?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk dollar amount.
At Shores of Panama, I think the best rental units are the stacks on the phase 2, which is 19 to the 31 stack. They're also looking for floors. So when you're renting a unit at Shores, every building on the beach has elevator issues in the summer.
Right.
And if somebody tells you they don't, they're not being truthful. But Shores of Panama, they have 6 elevators. So sometimes there's a little bit of a wait on the elevators. So there's a lot of people that when they rent at Shores, they want lower units.
Mm-hmm.
So the best units to buy are 4 to 12. When you get under 4, you do really well with rentals, but you do have a little bit of a limitation as far as because it blocks probably 3 and under.
Mm-hmm.
You have a little bit of a blocked view because
Right.
they have a lot of palm trees on the pool deck. It's landscaped beautifully, but that does block a little bit of the view. So I would look into units 4 through 12. Once you go above 12, excuse me. You are not going to be able to be parking on the same floor as your unit.
Right.
So now you're going to have to get in an elevator. But if any of the units from 1 through 12 generally have a parking space on the same floor as the unit, usually. So you're going to have a lot of people that rent at Shores continually. They love Shores. They rent there every year. They're looking for lower floor units and for floors below the 12, below the 13, so they can have a same floor parking. So they don't have to get an elevator when they get their groceries.
Gotcha. So those that have never seen Shores,
Mm-hmm.
would you call it a lagoon style?
It's a lagoon-style pool. It's
not a lazy river. It looks like it, but it's not.
It also has a 0 entry for the kids, which is really nice. And it's obviously a beachfront pool. It is the largest lagoon-style pool in Panama City Beach. And that is its charm. I mean, the pool is its moneymaker at Shores. As soon as you see it, it looks like you're in some kind of a tropical resort. It looks like something out of Disney World.
Mediterranean
Mediterranean,
vibes,
yeah. It's got
for
palm
sure.
trees and lots of vegetation. It's got bridges. It's beautiful. And it's the moneymaker at Shores Panama for sure. They have a big hot tub on the pool deck, and they have a really great bar right near the water. And they also have an excellent snack bar, which is really more than a snack bar. I mean, the food there is really good. They also have a nice little coffee shop in the lobby.
Okay.
Beautiful lobby when you walk in. And they have a really great coffee shop that serves donuts and breakfast and coffee and other drinks. And And then they have a lovely area where you can check in, a lobby, a concierge where you can check in, get your wristbands, find out where the best restaurants are. Very lovely people that work there. It's like I said, it's a 10.
It's like all in one, like all inclusive.
It is all inclusive, and the location of Shores of Panama is fantastic. I mean, you're within walking distance to Walmart. If you want to go to Walmart and grab, some food stuff, you are also across the street. You're right next to Pineapple Willie's, world famous Pineapple Willie's. Who doesn't want to go to Pineapple Willie's?
You come to Panama to go to Pineapple Willie's.
Absolutely. In fact, when my kids were little, that was the biggest thing. 12 or 13, especially my daughter, I have to have a Pineapple Willie's shirt.
And the shirts and the cuffs.
Absolutely. So it's right next door to Pineapple Willie's, which is also great in the fall because they have all the football games there, the college games, the NFL games. So it's a big attraction in the fall too. It's now right across the street from 810 Billiards and Bowling, which is a great new attraction for kids and young adults and adults as well. And it's got all kinds of games, pool tables, bowling. It has a bar. It has music, entertainment. You're actually in walking distance also to the new Tootsie's. I mean, they're probably a year away from getting the Tootsie's ready. It's where the old Spinnakers used to be, and Spinnakers was a great place to go out and have a good time, entertainment. And now they're going to have the Tootsie's. It's also across the street from Lake Town Wharf was all kinds of restaurants. The Wharf, of course, Juan Taco, breakfast in Cahoots, the new breakfast place. So, you don't even have to get your car out, which is fantastic.
Park, walk.
Absolutely.
Everything's right here, for sure.
Everything's right here. So in my opinion, I think a lot of people from the past, it had some history with the bankruptcies and all that happened back, with the subprime market crash. And I think some people got a little bit scared, but right now, best deal in town. And that building is in tip-top shape, and as soon as it's painted, it's going to look beautiful on the outside, and people should buy now because the price is going to go up. So that's what I think.
I love it. Wow. Let's go check out Shores.
Let's go check out Shores.
Thanks, Denise. This was awesome. Great information.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And like I said, it's definitely a buy.